Let's tour Melbourne Square in Melbourne, Florida. This single-level shopping mall has 703,000 square feet and opened in 1982, although I cannot find an exact date. It was built on land that was formerly an orange grove, which I just love. At time of filming, the mall had 97 stores, kiosks, and eateries inside. The mall has 5 or 6 anchors, depending on how you want to look at it. JCPenney, 2 Dillards, a women's and a men's children's and home, Macy's, Dick's Sporting Goods, and a gym called eSporta Fitness. Macy's took over the space that was formerly Burdene's in 2003. The space that is now Dick's and the gym used to be a Belk store. That building was torn down in 2006 and rebuilt as a Dick's and Circuit City. So what was originally 1 anchor space became 2. Circuit City went out of business in 2009. In addition to the food court, there's a Brazilian steakhouse in the mall, which is such an odd choice, an Asian restaurant called Red Ginger, and a seafood place called Mr. and Mrs. Krabs. As a former SpongeBob watcher, I really appreciate that name. The design we see at this Dillard store is very similar to the former Montgomery Ward space at the now derelict Regency Square Mall in Jacksonville. I love all these palms, it's so Florida. Pause to read some cool history about this former land. Let's take a look inside. Melbourne Square has done a great job of adapting to the changing retail landscape. You'll notice few vacancies, and most of the vacant storefronts had a "coming soon" sign out front. You could say the mall was blessed to have never had a Sears. Any mall I've toured with a Sears is almost never able to backfill that space once the store closes. Once Belk left, changing the space into 2 leasable areas seemed to have worked, and I love seeing a non-retail tenant like a gym using the space. Special guest appearance on this tour: gross department store carpet. If you haven't done so already, like this video and subscribe for more mall content. The opening of Melbourne Square helped lead to the closure of Brevard Mall, which was just 1.5 miles down the road. That mall opened in 1963. It was smaller with only 2 anchor spaces. As soon as JCPenney at Melbourne Square opened, the location at Brevard Mall closed. In 1997, Montgomery Ward, the mall's other anchor, closed. The entire brand pulled out of Florida as a part of their bankruptcy recovery. By the end of the century, the mall had been renamed to Brevard Business Center, as it remains today, and features office spaces. I liked seeing an FYE store. And here's 2 empty storefronts next to one another, but you'll see that the macaron store is coming soon, whereas the space next to it is actually vacant. Let's take a look inside. Just like Orange Park Mall, this mall also sold live puppies. This JCPenney had a beauty location, and they had this clearance corner, I'm calling it, which is where all the leftover crap just gets thrown. And we go from clearance corner to a very small junior section, right over into our useless mattress and home goods section. This JCPenney also had a salon and a portrait. Aren't they just precious? The Dillard store was pretty standard. It had our different colored carpets, our nice tile design, although no cove lighting in this one. The store did feature this vintage designer selection of handbags, and it was just a bunch of Louis Vuitton and Prada bags. Didn't they go out of business? Have you been to Melbourne Square? Like this video and share your experiences in the comments below. That was our tour of Melbourne Square, and I want to thank you so much for watching.